Hi, this is Dr. Darnise, and I am back with another installment of our religion and hoodoo class. And this one, first of all, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I guess there's a lot of interest in these topics, and I'm glad to see that. Thank you if you're newly subscribed. If you're watching and haven't quite subscribed yet, then I hope you will, certainly by the end of this video, decide that you want to keep in touch. So the topic for this video is how to be spiritual. And it's a bit of a misnomer because we're already spiritual, but people um, are in the habit of asking that question. Well, how can I be spiritual? Or they say, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. And, I ask people because I teach, I ask young people all the time, what does that mean to you to be spiritual? How does that play out in your life? And a lot of times they don't really have a clear answer. Usually people will say something like, well, I try to be a good person. I try to be helpful in the world. Okay, but that sounds to me like a system of ethics and not necessarily a spirituality. So I say it's kind of a misnomer how to be more spiritual, but that's the language that people will often use. So I'm using it here too. How can you be more spiritual? Well, one, notice or realize that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. We are all spiritual beings in essence and first. We are not human beings with a soul. We are not flesh with a soul. We are spiritual beings who decided to have this human experience for the experience of it. Now, different religions, different metaphysical religions even will have reasons for that. Like, oh, this is earth school and we're growing, our souls are growing. Or this is just a playground, so to speak, because there are experiences that we can have in an environment of contrast, like our material world, that we can't have in the non-physical. Because as soon as in the non-physical, as soon as you think a thing, it is. There is no such thing as contrast. There's no such thing as delay. There's no such thing as yearning, as desire. Everything just is. And from that perspective, wouldn't it be fun to go into an environment where there's contrast and delay and you don't actually get what you want immediately? Yeah, I don't know how fun that is, but that's another school of thought. Anyway, recognize that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. That'll already get you thinking about being more spiritual. Secondly, this is just, these are the points that I think are important or helpful. You want to be able to enhance your intuition. You want to realize that since you are a spiritual being, that there's a realm of reality beyond this material world, right? There's a realm of reality beyond this spiritual world, and you want to be aware of it and plugged into it as much as possible because it's helpful. It's like you get your guidance system, your instructions, your help from the higher self, from the higher realms of existence, if you will. And I like to use the term higher self or God or universe. I kind of use those interchangeably. But definitely my higher self. My higher self has the higher or the broader view. It's like the higher self is standing on the mountaintop and we're in the valley. So it's harder to see the full terrain when we're in the valley to know what decisions to make and what path to take and where to go and what to do, right? We get confused, we get discouraged, we get upset because we feel like things aren't working out. We don't know which way to go. But if you tune in, you take the time to tune in and use your intuition, your higher self with the mountaintop, higher, broader view can say to you, go left or right, do this or that, because I can see more broadly than you and I'm helping you. But if you're not intuitively plugging in, you won't know that. You won't tune in. On the occasion where you do tune in and you get something, you get a hit, get a download and you follow through and it turns out good, we'll say, oh, that was lucky. Wow, I caught a lucky break. Or that was, oh, it was just synchronistic that came about. wow, mostly we say we're lucky. Oh, it's a miracle. Well, what if it's just the norm for when you are plugged in, when you're plugged into your own intuition? Maybe that's really the norm. So I like to think so. I like to think that that is really the norm, and I like to um, do things in my spiritual practice to enhance my intuition, my sense of intuition. And yes, so I'm an intuitive. I'm someone who's always going within, looking for the guidance. And so, one of the things I would say about enhancing your intuition is selective practice. And so, what does that mean? Selective practice meaning something that you can commit to doing regularly that makes you tune within. It's like any kind of exercise, like physical exercise, to get a certain result, you've got to commit to actually working out. You got to work that muscle, and the muscle gets stronger, and then you can rely on it to do bigger and better things. Likewise, your intuitive faculties. So you want to develop your intuitive faculties in such a way that it gets stronger, and you can rely upon it then. So what does that look like? What does your uh, intuitive practice look like? Well, it can be a number of things. And, I won't tell you what it has to be. You can kind of figure it out. Some people like to take a walk in nature. That helps them to connect to something bigger than themselves. Um, I would suggest, well, one practice I do is Tai Chi. And, it's a martial art. It's known as a moving meditation. You have to, in order to do Tai Chi, it's the slow martial art. And in order to do it, to stay balanced, you have to focus on yourself, focus on your breathing, be present in the moment. If you don't go within and be present in the moment, you won't be able to hold a posture. Your balance will be off. You won't be able to do it. Plain and simple. If you won't be able to do it. And so you'll be stumbling around. So that's one thing, practice a martial art like Tai Chi. You can also meditate. You don't have to do the moving meditation, but you could just meditate. Start with 5 minutes a day if you haven't done it before. Don't try to sit for 20, 30, 60 minutes right off the bat. That's probably not going to work for you. Start with 5 minutes a day. Maybe 5 minutes 3 times a day. Recognize that yes, your mind is going to race for a while, but get yourself in the habit, get yourself in the practice of it, and eventually you'll get, what you're looking for in meditation, which is some moments of mental peace and quiet. That's really the purpose of meditation, right? To get to some mental peace and quiet so that you can hear the divine, right? You can be in connection with this higher self, enhancing your intuition. So, start easy with meditation. You can also journal, and allow, in a meditative state, maybe right after you meditate, journal and just pour out whatever comes without censoring yourself. Speak your truth, tell your truth, allow spirit or higher self to speak to you. And, make that a regular practice. Again, you're enhancing your intuition by utilizing these intuitive muscles until they get stronger, right? What else? Oh, dream work is something that I highly recommend because when we dream, we are in fact, how can I say, free of the body for a while, free of the material constraints. We're kind of flying around, and for any of you who do astral projection or astral traveling, you know what I mean. Like you can literally fly around out of the body. But even if you haven't had that experience of astral traveling, you can think of it as a way of um, getting out of your body and traveling, or connecting with your higher self, having a conversation with your higher self, with the universe, with God, that you can't so much in the physical. So you can give yourself a prompt before you go to sleep. What is it that you're struggling with? You have a problem, you have a concern, or maybe you have a spiritual question and you'd like some divine guidance on it. And so you say to yourself while you're falling asleep, something like, um, while I sleep tonight, I would like some clarity on XYZ. By the time I wake up in the morning, please give me an answer regarding XYZ. And when you first get up in the morning, before you do anything else, before you go to the bathroom, before you check your phone, before anything else, you write it down. Whatever comes, you just get up and start writing. You get up, you start writing immediately before you do anything else. I know people are so addicted to their phones, they want to check that phone immediately. Why? Leave that phone. So, and there's a couple stones that'll help you. I'm always talking about gemstones that'll help you with dream recall. One of them is jade. I've got here a little piece of jade, and it is known as the dream stone. And it'll help you with intuitive connection. It'll help you have vivid dreams and remember them, because you want to be able to remember them. And of course, my favorite selenite, which I'm always talking to you about, right? And here's the little round one that I'm always saying. I have a little round one that I carry around with me. Well, here it is. But I sleep with these two under my pillow, which is why I never have it on camera when I'm doing this video, because it's always under my pillow. It pretty much stays there. The two of them are under my pillow, and really, oops, now I'm dropping it, really help. I really have vivid dreams and I remember them. Amethyst will also help. Amethyst is good for spiritual connection. So anyway, I didn't want this video to be this long, but anyway, I just want to come on and say, how to try to answer this. How to be more spiritual. One, recognize that you already are spiritual, having this human experience. Do something to enhance your intuition by selecting a mode of awareness or a practice, you want to call it. Do something with some intentionality to enhance that muscle. And I'd be curious to know in the comments, if you already have a practice, what it is and how it's working out for you. Yeah, you can always just leave a comment here. I've been responding, and I respond as soon as possible within I don't know, 2 or 3 days usually. And okay, so that's it for now. Oh, I had one other thing before I go. One other thing that you might do to enhance your spirituality, and that is to have an ancestor altar. It is a practice whereby you create an ancestor altar. You put the images of your ancestors up on a table or some surface, and white candle typically, and you light that candle regularly. It doesn't have to stay on every day, all day, all night. Some people do. But you might just have a regular routine where you light it once a week and you feed them, have a share some of what you're eating. Maybe it's a once a week practice. Some people do it daily. Some people would say you have to do it daily. Some people would say you have to do it daily. In some of the actual African traditional religions, they would say, you'd have to do it daily. But for those who are not practicing the religion, who are maybe doing the practice of hoodoo, then you're not confined to the religious teaching. And so you can just decide, I'm going to do it once a week, I'm going to do it twice a week. But again, once you decide that, stick to it, because now you're developing a relationship with your family members on the other side. And again, that is enhancing your idea about your spirituality, who you really are. All right, so now I'm really ending it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching another episode. Again, like, share, subscribe. And I will be back with another episode soon. All right, bye for now.